Yo, what's good? It's your man, 100 Grand Ross with The Rock Never Stops. Yo. These playoffs prove the bubble was no fluke. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button for me. Hit subscribe and the bell for notifications. Yo, can y'all believe it? The Los Angeles Lakers, the Miami Heat, who were in the NBA Finals just 3 years ago, when everybody was looking at the bubble and they had all the excuses in the world. They said, that ain't real basketball. That's not a real NBA Finals. These teams, they just got hot at the right time. Nobody even wanted to be there. And look, they're back. And ironically, facing off against the same exact teams that they faced 3 years ago. If anything, these two teams that they're going against should have the upper hand on them. They were younger back when they lost to both of these teams. They were less experienced. And since then, they have only gotten deeper, more experienced, and they should be hungrier. But if these Los Angeles Lakers get past these Denver Nuggets, if the Miami Heat get past the Boston Celtics, if Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler can prove to be bigger stars than Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, we can't say nothing. Not a doggone thing. We can't say nothing about what they've been accomplishing. If LeBron James, on one leg, at 38 years old, going on 3,000, and Anthony Davis, Mr. Glass himself, going up against probably one of the greatest offensive forces that we have ever seen in the NBA, since maybe, LeBron James. If he can go at Nikola Jokic and bring down the number one seeded team, let's not forget both of these teams, Miami and the Lakers, are both play-in teams. Teams that had to go through the play-in tournament to get into the playoffs. If they knock off this number one and number two seeded teams in their respective conferences, what does it say about them? To be honest, I feel like they don't even have to beat them in order to validate everything that we thought they were in the bubble when they went to the NBA Finals in 2020. You see, people forget, man, talent is talent. The bubble was not this space where nobody was able to play basketball and they weren't able to play up to their talent. If anything, being in the bubble, being in a space where you have nothing to focus on but basketball, no family, no distractions, no travel, no one game, 1 day break, fly to the next city, none of the hectic schedule. All they had to do was sit around in the gym and get up shots, practice, run sets, watch film, hang out, team bond, build, work on execution. That's all they had to do the whole time. Now I get it, there was a pandemic and everybody was, we didn't know what was going to happen in the world. It was crazy out there. We all remember. But at the same time, that environment allowed for a level of play that was probably anything beyond what we would normally see throughout the NBA playoffs, where teams are traveling, you're trying to get tickets for your relatives, you have to worry about the media and all these interviews, you're having to deal with getting on and off planes, you have to try to find your routine and your sleep patterns. Shoot, they all had suites in the same hotel from beginning to end in the bubble. And here we are again. Now, the only major difference that I would really see this time around, like I said earlier, is that these two teams are a whole lot older. And yet they still found a way to get to this point, playing the same style of basketball. Both teams, gritty defensive teams, playing through their superstars, dominating on both ends, executing, outplaying, using that veteran savvy, grit, physicality, and able to pick other teams apart who just weren't ready. Why? Because if anything, these two teams exemplify what it means to stay ready, what it means to have a culture of winning, what it means to have the know-how of what it means to come together as a team to be able to win when it matters the most. These two teams have always exemplified that. For the longest, the Miami Heat, ever since Pat Riley arrived, this team has been about winning. This team has been about culture. Eric Spoelstra has been the epitome of a coach who understands how to get the most out of his guys. LeBron James, from the moment he got into the league, understood what it meant to bring teams together, to be the consummate professional, to be the amazing leader in order to show up and make sure that his teammates can show up when it matters the most. And yet, we still doubted him. We still saw them in the bubble playoffs, and we said, oh, this isn't who they are. But if anything, it's always been who they were. Jimmy Butler, underrated, overlooked, unwanted, deciding that him and his band of merry men in Miami were going to go and try to steal from the rich to give to the poor. We're going to try to go after everyone else who we all thought and preferred to win instead of them. And all he did was just snatch their hearts out. LeBron James, no matter who you wanted to win instead of him, always seemed to figure them out. Always seemed to be able to look at them, figure out what they're doing, and outcoach their coach from the court. He could beat any scheme. He could beat any game plan. Didn't matter who you put on him. Didn't matter how many guys you put on him. He just always made the right play. And here we are again. The Western Conference Finals, the Eastern Conference Finals. Both of these teams are back. Don't call it a comeback. They ain't never left. Let me know what you think. Are these two teams going back to the finals? Is what they've done already enough to validate what they did in the bubble? Holla at me in the comment section, and I'm going to get at y'all next time. Peace.